Welcome in to the EBC, the Entrepreneurship Business Channel. Today, we're going to go on a couple of interviews with my grandmother and a gentleman that works at Main Street Bagels. They're going to give you an insight in why they started their own business and why they work at a small business. Now, you may be asking me a question. Why is this fire behind me? Because nearly 70% of all businesses end in flames. So, if you're not afraid to get a little burned, you might as well go into small business for yourself. Now, I take us down to Nathan in Main Street Bagels. How's it going, man? What's your name?
Nathan.
Nathan, sweet. So what's the benefit of working at a small business?
You get the satisfaction of being able to work with the community and meet a lot of people in the community.
Absolutely. What would be your favorite part? Like, what's the most, give me a specific part.
My favorite part is being able to see the people's face when they get to have a good day coming down to see us, and the satisfaction you really get in being a part of making someone's day better.
Does working at a small business eventually want to make you own your own small business?
I do want to own my own small business, and working here just influences that idea more and more every day.
What kind of small business would you want to own?
Photography. Another type of business that really goes with the community.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Nathan.
Thank you.
I'm here today with my beautiful grandmother, Grandma Avis. How you doing today, Grandma?
I'm fine, Joe.
She runs her own business, and I'm going to go through a couple questions about why she started and a couple other questions like that. Okay, so, Grandma, what made you want to go into business for yourself?
Well, I retired from what we term as our big girl jobs, and then I kind of got bored. You can only play so much golf and only do so many things, and I missed the business world, I missed the challenge, I missed using my brain, so I went into business for myself.
So you would say you like that a lot better than your big girl job, right?
Well, I like my big girl job too, but I retired from that.
What was your big girl job?
I was the Director of Contracts and Sales Administration for a firm in Boulder, Colorado called Neodata.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you run an interior design business. I feel like that's a really big change, right, Grandma?
Oh, it's a significant change, yes.
So what were you doing at Neodata as compared to interior design?
At Neodata,
Sales and...
I handled the sales administration, which is tracking the revenue by salesperson, figuring out the computerized methods to do that. And you've got to remember, this is in the age where computers were relatively new.
Okay.
So one didn't realize the depth of the information that you could house, store, manipulate, etc. And also I wrote all the contracts that we signed with our publisher clients like Condé Nast, The New Yorker magazine, Playboy Incorporated, etc.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And then now you're working for interior design. So what do you do specifically with interior design?
Interior design we're a full-service interior design firm. I'm in partnership with a friend for 40 years, and she is in St. George, Utah. I'm here in Las Vegas. An interior design client normally is someone who wants to improve the interior of their house, of their home. They want it to look like something they've seen in a magazine. They don't no longer like the flooring. They want new cabinetry. Their lighting is insufficient. I mean, you run the gamut from floor to ceiling in the interior design business.
So you just question, do you have like a list of questions that you go through?
No. Well, we've been doing this for 13 years, so we no longer have to worry about having a list, It's the client who dictates what they want done to their home. Now, that being said, one thing inevitably leads to another. I'm currently working on a job where we started out and all they wanted done was new flooring throughout the home. So far, we've not only replaced all the flooring, we've replaced the baseboards, the door frames, painted the entire house, changed lighting in the ceiling.
Okay.
It's just evolved, and what started out to be probably a $12,000 job is now around a $42,000 job.
Wow. So is your goal to maybe upsell them on different?
No, not necessarily. It really isn't, because then that way they feel like maybe you are trying to upsell them. And I'm not. What I'm trying to do is create the environment that they want to live in.
Okay, absolutely. And what do you think your favorite part is about doing interior design?
At the end of the day, when a client gives me a big hug and says, "This is exactly what I wanted."
Really, you like making the homes for everybody else. That's really cool. Who would you say is your biggest target market? Or like what generation are you looking at that mostly want their homes redesigned?
Usually, not so much the younger generation, simply because um,
I think
they're
my
just
gener
starting out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think my generation is all about DIY, which is do it yourself, which is crazy, but
Yes, it is, and lots of luck with that, John.
absolutely, I get that one. But again, who's your biggest target market?
Usually, people who are perhaps downsizing, people who are in their, anybody over the age of 40, although we do have younger clients, and they're all very happy with what we've been able to do too. We design for our clients, not for us. Just because I don't like industrial design doesn't mean that I can't do industrial design. I'm working now with a customer who, as a matter of fact, a younger guy, and he's like 35. He has younger children. He's recently divorced. He moved from a larger home to a smaller home, and he loves the industrial look. So we've got a great looking industrial home for him.
Okay, would you say he's really, really busy? Is that why he would use an interior designer or?
He was just, well, he is busy and he could afford it, and he just didn't have the desire to do it himself, or the comfort level to do it
Or the
himself.
know-how? Yeah,
Yes.
I know that for sure. Because if I was designing my own house, I don't think it would look very good. How do you advertise to your target market?
We are on, of course, we're on the internet. We have a website. We are members of Home Advisor. If you were to call up Interior Design Las Vegas, my name would be probably toward the top of the list, because I've been with them for 13 years. I get much of my business from there. And we also advertise by attending home and design shows. And we do that primarily in St. George, simply because I don't really need it here in Las Vegas. I get
Because
enough. Yes, I get
Okay.
enough off of Home Advisor
Okay, that's
and House.
okay.
HOUZZ.
That's really cool. I've never tried out or used her business. I've never honestly talked to you about it, which is really surprising. I didn't know you did that much at Neodata either. That's crazy. So, Grandma, how do you keep up with all the newest trends in the market?
The easiest way for us to do that is to attend a semi-annual event at World Market Center here in Las Vegas. There are 3 huge buildings that have hundreds and hundreds of showrooms. The vendors, from furniture to rugs to fabrics to bedding to lighting to tile to kitchen, not appliances, but cabinets, etc., etc. They're all there twice a year. And that's where we keep up to date with the newest trends. And the newest trends in interior design follow the trends in fashion. If there is a year where cobalt blue is big in women's dresses, pretty soon you will see cobalt blue in interior design, sofas, chairs, fabrics, etc.
Really? Okay. And with your business, where do you create your revenue? Is it with contractors, or are you an independent contractor yourself, or how does that work?
We act as an independent contractor, but we don't. We don't have a contractor's license.
Okay.
What we do is basically we coordinate all of our subcontractors who work with us on these jobs, and we coordinate their activities. We purchase the items that they're going to install. What we normally do is we buy items wholesale. We find the contractor who will install the flooring, who will paint the walls, who will install the cabinetry, etc. And then we mark the merchandise up a certain percentage.
Just for your, basically for your commission, kind of.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's how we make our money.
Oh, that's really cool. So you basically organize everything. So,
Yes.
Okay, so you're an organizational business. Do you usually, when you go to contractors, are you always looking for the lowest price, or do you have a contractor that you always go to specifically and stuff like that?
Over the years, my business partner and I have vetted many, many contractors, and some of them worked out a whole lot better than the others. What you need is a contractor who, number one, shows up when he says he's going to show up. Number two, does a quality job. In other words, don't send me a texture when he gets done with the ceiling if I can still see where that chandelier was, because I won't ever use him again, and then I'll have to hire another texture to complete the job to my satisfaction. So hiring a contractor is fraught with peril. So once you find a good one, you hang on to them. I've got some that I have worked with for 10 years.
Really? And would you say that your business is a booming business or a receding business in the next coming years?
I view interior design as being less dependent on designers in the upcoming years, simply because the general public doesn't necessarily see the value of an interior designer. They don't realize that even though I can tell them what needs to be done to their home and give them pictures of the items that would look best in their home, if they go out and do it themselves, it's not going to look the same way.
Absolutely not, because think about, just from my standpoint, hiring contractors and looking for the right furniture, I feel like takes a lot of time.
It
and
does.
with everybody in my generation, we're all working a lot, right?
Yes.
So we're not going to have the time to do that. So maybe hiring someone like you that is extremely good at your job. It's like hiring a wedding planner, kind of
Yes,
the same concept.
Exactly. You don't have to worry about anything.
No.
I schedule them, I make sure they're there, I make sure the job is done well, and all you have to do at the end of the day is pay me.
That's very true. So if you're looking for a good house or you want to get married, come talk to my grandmother. You guys have a nice day.
Thank you.